Hey there, Geoff. It's great to actually speak to you. It's Khash from Master AB in the UK.
Hey, great. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good,
Can you hear me
thanks.
okay?
Yeah, it's all good. How you been? See you.
I'm good.
Good, good. Yeah, I'm just
I'm doing good.
good. Um, yeah,
Where are you calling? Where are you calling from?
Coventry in the UK.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
I'm in Cork, Ireland today.
Oh, in Ireland. Oh, I was thinking you're something else. This is the
No,
first interview I've
here.
ever done. So how cool is this? Uh,
Oh, it's your first one?
yeah.
Oh, great.
Owe it to Cher Ross from Vixen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I met her last year, and she said you can do anything if you put your mind to it. So this is how it happened.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm from a radio station called Mass DAB. It's internet based, and we play mostly unsigned bands, but signed bands with permission, which is how we got in touch with you. And yeah, just quick chat about the new album, The Key. Having seen the cover a while ago, I was sort of taken aback by the new logo, what would have been the Tri-Rike. Now you fleur-de-lis with the USB. I thought it's amazing. Um,
Oh, thanks.
how did it all come about?
How did what?
How did the album come about?
Well, I'd been wanting to do kind of a large-scale conceptual piece for a while.
Yeah.
Uh, Last year, when I was on a kind of a sabbatical for a while, my wife and I went to Spain and we hiked the Camino de Santiago Pilgrim Trail. It's a 500-mile hike across northern Spain. And so on the trip, you're walking for, 15, 20 miles a day, and there's lots of time to think. And I wrote the story while I was on the trip, and it really kind of lit my fire, I guess you could say. So as soon as I got back home, I started composing music for it and kind of creating an outline for the story. And really that's the beginning of it. I have Spain to thank for my my new album.
That's awesome. It's three-parter, isn't it? Three-part,
Yeah,
three albums, yeah. And
yeah.
and when I first heard that, I was thinking that maybe is this part two because you got Kings and Thieves. So I wasn't too sure on that, but I think that's been clarified. Is that this is the first part?
Yeah. The Key is the first album of the trilogy. Yeah.
Yeah. So what made you use the name Operation Mindcrime for the?
Well, I needed a name for the project, and Operation Mindcrime is a word, a phrase that's very familiar to fans of my music.
Yeah.
So I thought it would be easier for them to find me,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
to speak. And secondly, I think the name Operation Mindcrime also kind of sets the tone for the kind of music I'm doing now, which is completely conceptual music, storytelling.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the name kind of does two things and accomplishes two tasks, really.
Oh, right. Yeah, I get that now. Going back to the actual Mindcrime album, I saw an interview about 20 years ago. I don't know. But you were saying that you were writing about you were doing a different album after Rage for Order and before Mindcrime. You had the thought of Mindcrime, you had the main riff going through your head, and you sort of scrapped what you were doing on the other album. Was there anything from this mid album that could have been? Did that ever exist?
Well, that doesn't sound familiar to me, so I don't know. I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember that far back
Yeah.
actually. Yeah.
I think I was about five at the time. But yeah, and again with right, the video for Queen. At the end of it, I always wanted to ask this. At the end of it, it says to be continued. Was there ever any plans to continue that video, or play the right path?
What? Well, I think that the to be continued was more of a reference to more music to come.
Ah, right, yeah. Okay, 'cause I love video. I think it was the one with the helmet visor thingy. Yeah, it's just great. But going back to up-to-date stuff, What is the actual story, or don't give too much away for the key?
On the key?
Yeah.
Well, because it's a three-part story, and because it's a mystery, I'm kind of reluctant to go into too much detail about it. But I will say this. I don't know if you're a parent or not, if you have children.
Yeah.
But,
Too.
as parents, we teach our children, or we program them to accept our version of reality. And by doing that, I mean we say this is a cooking pot. This is a kitchen. This is a chair. This is a dog, cat, a tree, the sky. The ground, a stone. We define what that reality is for our children, and it's the reality that we were taught
Yeah.
when we were growing up. And in my story, there's four main characters, and they develop a technology that allows the user of the technology to see a new version of reality. And this reality is something that's quite life-changing, and they recognize that it has the potential to be something incredibly huge. And because of that recognition, a conflict develops between the four characters, where some of them want to develop the technology and sell it because they think it's going to be worth billions of dollars, and others of the group have a more altruistic vision, and they see this as being a technology that has the ability to change the world, and so therefore they want to give it to the world.
Okay.
And so what the first album does is it introduces us to the premise of the technology, it introduces us to the four characters, and also introduces us to the conflict that arises. And it drops a lot of breadcrumbs along the way, so to speak, where one can put these hints together to kind of form a picture of where the story is going. And the second and the third album are more in depth with the story, but the first album accomplishes those things.
Oh, cool. And so, how does, well, kind of going back to you saying about programming kids, I've kind of been doing that with your stuff. And when my son was 1, he was going through my CD collection, like saying, who's this, and your solo stuff was one of the first ones he was able to pronounce. When it came to Queensryche, he couldn't say Reich, but he can now. He's 4.
That's great.
Yeah. How does it differ from the 2 solo albums you've got? This new stuff.
Oh, it's quite a bit different. Yeah, it's different music altogether. Really, it's different players, different writers, other than myself, different producers, different studios. Yeah, it's pretty different, And it's a concept record.
Yeah.
Tells a story, which Kings and Thieves and my solo album, first solo album, those were a collection of songs.
Yeah, I used to think that there was some sort of story behind your self-titled album, but no, I've been listening to it a lot recently, and because with the new album, I've just listened to these 3 albums on a continuation to try and see what the new album could sound like, and it's kind of totally different apart from your voice.
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing a UK tour for this?
Well, we're beginning a European tour that starts in mid-November.
All right.
And I believe that there's UK dates in that tour. The tour dates are going to be announced next week, actually.
That's even better. So the same day as, hopefully the same day as the album release.
Yeah, probably very close to that, yeah.
Yeah. There was one. What was the first song you wrote for the album? For this one?
Ooh.
Remember?
Oh. Well, actually, the first song I wrote for the project is on the third album.
Okay.
And then the first song I wrote for the first album would probably be, I can't remember. I think it might have been On Cue.
Oh.
Might have been, well, no, it was Ready to Fly. Ready to Fly.
Yeah. That's cool. Do you know if that pendant is going to be available to buy? 'Cause I just think it's cool.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Gotta get me one of them. I think really, that's all I can think of question-wise. Like I said, it's my first interview. I got told about it yesterday. Um, I just asked, like, do you reckon I could get an interview with you? And I thought, there's a chance. It's going to be months down the line. And he says, how about tomorrow? I thought, well, shit.
Quickly writing down questions.
Putting everything down. But one thing, a good friend of mine, he's older than me. He's been following your work for years. I just wondered if you could send him a message. His name's Martin Jones.
Mike Jones, yeah. Hi, Mike Jones.
Martin Jones.
What is it?
Martin Jones.
Martin Jones. Okay. Hi, Martin Jones.
Cool. Yeah, that was how we sort of met. I can't remember how the conversation came up. We talking about bands, and he's like, "Oh, you know Queensryche as well?" Yeah, this is about 5 years ago. I don't know, but thanks for your time, and
My pleasure.
I hope all's well. Hope you have a good night, and I'll definitely catch up with you on the tour. This time I'll see you.
I'm actually going. I'm going to a gig right now
Yeah.
to watch Mark Daly play a solo show. And Mark Daly is one of the singers on the new album. He does the lead vocal on the song "Live for Death," and he's got a gig tonight in Cork, so I'm going to go watch him play.
So, yeah, because I noticed that you're playing with Kelly Gray again.
Yep, Kelly Gray and Randy Gain, who I've been playing music with off and on since about 1979.
Well,
Yeah, crazy, huh?
yeah, way before I was born. Well,
Me too.
Just a bit. Yeah. So yeah, have a great gig, and thanks for your time. Thanks
You
for
bet.
taking my late call. I saw you in 2011. You're on tour with Judas Priest.
Oh yeah,
This time I will get to meet you.
great.
It's much better being like there's being a foot away, and then there's being one-on-one. Much
Yeah.
better. But
All right, well, thank you for the interview. A pleasure, and hopefully we'll meet up in this fall.
yeah, I'll get my album signed and stuff.
Excellent.
Thanks for your time. Have
All
a
right,
good night.
take care now.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye. With Judas Priest.
Oh yeah,
This time I will get to meet you.
great.
It's much better being like there's being a foot away, and then there's being one-on-one. Much
Yeah.
better. But
All right, well, thank you for the interview. A pleasure, and hopefully we'll meet up in this fall.
yeah, I'll get my album signed and stuff.
Excellent.
Thanks for your time. Have
All
a
right,
good night.
take care now.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.